Hi there, Victor. Hope you've had a good week working on the scales, and I hope that this camera angle is good enough and visible and everything. I think it should be. We are discussing the portion of the fretboard where our number 1 pentatonic box lies, as well as pentatonic 5 back behind it, that area of the fretboard. As we embark on learning all 7 of the C major fingerings to cover the entire fretboard, but keying on this part, it's just a huge percentage of soloing is people playing pentatonic 1 up in front of it, pretty much just those few notes there, which we certainly don't want to do like that as default. And then this, these 4 notes are featured a lot in the fingering that I like your fingering choice for. So let's call that pentatonic 5 or behind the box, and this pentatonic 2 or ahead of the box. So when we go to play pentatonic 1, sometimes in a major key in A, it just sounds right to play the A minor pentatonic, even though we're in a major key, like in a blues or a heavy rock song or something. But then there is the major pentatonic instead, where as opposed to I'm gonna put my first finger on A and play all my normal structure, I'm putting my pinky on A. So then we get this sound instead where it's like, so yeah, there's our major pentatonic sound. It's a song in D, pinky on D on the bass string, play all your normal. And that's like worth noting too, D, and we're over on the other side of it. So just referring to what's actually on your page, we've got up around the 5th fret here, so for what'll be the A minor and C major pentatonic. We've got, our normal fingering right here. And on top of it, we plugged in so that was like 5, 7, 8, there's C, 5, 7, 8, 5, 7, pinky reach to 9, 5, 7, 5, 6, 8, 5, 7, 8. And that is, if you start on the root, the minor scale, which has the same notes as the C major scale. No sharps, no flats. Either way, those are the other notes that some of the other notes that we can throw on top of our pentatonic box, where I'd advocate for 4-finger approach as default. Cool. So then if we orient more around the C here on the 5th string and A here in that juxtaposition, back behind the box where we've got pentatonic number 5, we've introduced what we're going to refer to as major scale number 1 fingering, not because it starts on the first degree of the scales, just the first one in the pattern, where we're learning in C, and there's going to be 7 total of them. So here I am with my middle finger on C, and there's our major scale right there, but we certainly want to be able to play the notes back before it if we're improvising as well. So I've got this 1 index reach to F, and then right when that's done, you want to keep your middle finger associated with the 3rd fret. So we're going, as soon as you get to here, you can square back up to the 1st finger in normal position. So yeah, uncomfortable, back to comfortable. We've got a middle finger starting note here. So that's our major scale number 1. It's got the root right there. And we're playing on top of our number 5 pentatonic. So yeah, the root's right here. If I wanted to do this in D major, I'm just moving my middle finger to D here and doing all the same structure. Or you might want to try it in a radically different part of the fretboard, like, in G up here. Same fingering, working off of this G right there, which would be G major / E minor. But we digress, just going back to home base key of C major, A minor. Now we've got the 1st through 8th fret covered. There's a fingering we can do in between, but there we go. We've got this fingering that we were just discussing on top of our number 5 pentatonic, and then this minor scale, so to speak, that's just the C major scale too. If it's a song in C, it's major. If it's a song in A minor, it's minor. Whatever note we start on. That is on top of our number 1 box. And I think that the only new structure that we added, if we stay in A minor / C, was what we're referring to as our A string box, where we're going to be up here kind of ignoring the 6th string visually and working off of the 5th string where we have that same right here. And then, so we've got our normal blues box, then we've got one awkward string that goes 13th fret, 15th fret, then back to this. So your inclination was to go and just hop around with our first finger. I think that's absolutely the best option. There will be some times though where we like play off of this type shape, and you know, it's useful in that capacity, but for normal blues phrasings, it definitely just hop over there and get one of those with your first finger. So this is really useful in a key like E minor, where rather than just stuff down here and at the 12th fret, now we have something right here in the middle part of the fretboard in E minor / G major, where we've got something right there we can play. And this is what we're going to end up calling major scale pattern number 7 that we didn't really talk about, but pentatonic number 4. 1, 2, 3. And this seemed to be the only one that you actually didn't know and use. So there you go. And if we look at where we are, I'm like E minor, right on top of it there. And yeah, so or G major. All this stuff works with the same put your pinky on it approach. But when we're working off of the A string, and again, we're kind of just going to ignore the 6th string visually and be able to use that same it's in G concept that we were doing, orienting off of the 6th string for C. Either way, we've got this new pentatonic fingering where it's minor, major. And if you want to, going back to where we learned it in A minor, C major, if we wanted to plug in the 6th string, it is 12th fret, 15th fret, E and G right there. And we'll just think of that as, and then this would work too, because we're going to be finding our way to what key we want to play in visually on the 5th string, on the A string when we do this. So yeah, there we are. We've got, now for your pentatonics in A minor, C major, we've got main box, pentatonic 2, ones you already know, behind the box, with this on top of it, where I do think middle finger there is what's up. Pentatonic 2, pentatonic 3, and then we just extend it up to 4. Great, so there we go. And just, revisiting this, if we were jazz players, they would tell us what you do is you play 4 fingers over 4 frets, and then if there's a bend, swap your ring finger in for your pinky. So sometimes we can take that approach, or sometimes you could use a stronger finger approach that's inefficient for these major scales. As in the long run, it's just going to be you and the fretboard, and you're not very, it's disappointing how often your phrasings are actually going to be just like going up and down the scale. That's more just of a outlining structure. These are the notes that work, whereas when we're actually playing, it'll be favoring strong fingers, favoring the high strings, often, very, very often playing on about a 2 or 3 or 4 string area rather than across all 6 strings in our actual phrasings. Okay, I believe that's everything we covered. Hopefully you can see it, and I will see you at your next lesson. Thanks. Have a good one.